do you guys remember, hopefully, when we were like younger? Hey Scarlett! When we were like way younger and we had like PlayStation 2s and stuff. I didn't get one until later, but and at school or like with friends or whatever, you would like swap the games that you had, because sometimes you had one game, your friend had another, but you didn't have that game, or they didn't have that game, so you would like swap games with each other, and it was no problem. So yeah, GameCubes as well, or like even if you want to go by like Mega Drives, just any kind of game, way back when. I remember those days, and I remember not having some like Sonic games that I wanted to play on like Mega Drive, or I didn't have Shadow of the Colossus actually initially, so I borrowed it from a friend. And it kind of got me thinking how nowadays, unfortunately, but Leah, you're still 20. Yes, exactly. Yes, I am 20 and not 30. Anyway. Yes, I'm definitely 20. Anyway, moving on. So, it got me thinking about how nowadays, do you guys remember when, Babby Leah, fuck off, when Ubisoft removed The Crew from their, like, they stopped supporting it, they stopped, like, live support. This thing between us just got a little uncomfy. I'm kidding. Hi, me, meet the real me. Oh my god, hi, me. Yeah, it got me thinking about how they stopped live support. So, like, they stopped, like, well, live support. And they just removed it from people's accounts. And part of me was like, well, couldn't you have just left it and just removed the online features? Let people drive car, you know? Like, let people do all of the stuff that they could do. Just don't have online, like, leaderboards or, like, ghosts or whatever the fuck else. And it got me then thinking about digital media versus physical media. Because I wanted to get, because of car licensing, then just remove the licenses. Or don't make a game where you have to, like, depend on the license of other things. Like, yeah. That's a big issue. We don't really own any of our games. Yeah, we don't own anything. Like, imagine one day, right? Steam goes down forever. How many games will we lose? How much of the things that we enjoy doing will we just not have anymore? I wanted to get the, I keep calling it Memoir Fantasia. Fucking, it's called Metaphor. I wanted to get the Metaphor Collector's Edition for Steam, or like the physical one, but for PC. So it gave you a steel box with the Steam code in and stuff like that. And I think they're out of stock, but I can get an Xbox One, or I can get like a PlayStation One, but I don't own either of those consoles unless someone wants to get me one. Because I'm not fucking buying one. And it kind of got me thinking, like, technically, I can buy one if I wanted to. I could buy an Xbox One and I could have the physical media if at some point I wanted to get an Xbox or a PlayStation or whatever the fuck else. But then, just the fact that you don't actually own anything. I've seen people who have, for example, the hurricane lately, people who are able to have electricity and things like that have tried to find ways. So like electricity, but no internet, for example. They've put the physical media that they own into a PlayStation or into an Xbox, and then they've had their what's the word? They've then had their Xbox or PlayStation or whatever say like, hey, we're gonna shut your game down because we can't verify the license because we can't get on the internet. Like, I have the fucking disc! I have the fucking disc! What would I want to have? PlayStation has fuck all on it, so probably an Xbox, honestly. But I don't even know whether I would ever use them. Considering how many old CD-ROM games are on Steam, if Steam suddenly blipped and deleted itself, I'd imagine over the next decade the vast majority would end up on... Yeah. Games nowadays that require, like, to verify a license is so fucked.
You're 10 months. Also, hope you're feeling better.
Yee, I am feeling better. 10 whole months. Holy shit. You got like a fancy blue fox. And that's so cute. Thank you, Void. I appreciate you. That's very cute. Holy shit. That's very demure. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. That is very sweet. Fuck my train of thought. Shit. I want a blue fox. Well, I mean, you're nearly there. How many months are you? 7? So 2 more months. 2 more months and you'll have bright blue fox. Hey, Devila. Well, have I got a deal for you? Same for Ao. 1 more month and he gets blue fox. But yeah, sorry. Just the lack of owning your shit lately is bullshit. It's so annoying that even for like games that I own on Switch, that those games are not complete when they release. You have to wait for like day 1 patches and stuff. And, like, consoles are coming out without disc drives. The new PlayStation is coming out without a fucking disc drive, and you can buy a disc drive or something to add to it, which is like an additional however much. It's fucked. Hey, German guy, hello! It is incredibly insane that we just don't seem to own anything these days. Whoever buys a PS5, refer them to me. I have a bridge to sell them. My kingdom for a donkey. Or a horse. No, a donkey. These people, I hate the feeling lately of not actually owning anything. Especially my kingdom for an ass, yeah. What on earth was that quote? What on earth was that quote? Where did that quote come from? You'll own nothing and be happy. You know what they say, yo-ho. Yep. The thing is though, like, yes, you can download from places. It was a you quote. I know it was a me quote, but I mean, where? Yeah, so you can, yes, you can get places from things. Or things from places, sorry. But what happens if, such as the hurricane, you suddenly have no power, but you do have access to this media, but you don't. Like, you have the disc, it's right there in your hand, but you put it into your console, and your console is like, I'm sorry, I can't verify your license. Like, my license is that I own the fucking CD! My license, I went into it, what do you Americans call it, GameStop? I don't fucking know. I went into a GameStop and bought the goddamn game. Who cares if you're passing it between you and your cousin Gerald? DRM, yeah, Lex were bitching about not owning games. If buying isn't owning, then piracy isn't stealing. Very true. Who gives a fuck? No one gave a fuck back in the PlayStation 2 games era when you and your friend Jeremy were swapping like Clock Tower 3 discs, you know? Well, maybe people care because that's like an 18 game and really you shouldn't be playing it if you're like in school. But anyway. Look, see you later, Schmuppet. Mwah, miss you already. Gerald's an ass hat anyway, but not his business. What about the new Until Dawn remake requiring a PSN account on Steam? You're fucking with me, right? You have to be fucking with me. That is incredibly stupid. It's the same for Helldivers too. I think initially it was, and then people were like, what the fuck, and they changed it, right? I think? I hate PlayStation's thing. I think they're trying to do it with all their PS games. Okay, you know what? That brings me on to a new rant, okay? The requirement to have an account for everything. I am so tired of needing to sign up to everything. Like, I have lost track of how many things I have to have an account for. And I partially get it. I partially understand it, depending on the service. Banking? Sure. Things like social media? Sure. But then there's things where it's like, there's like a million different, like game download stuffs that you need. Like, how many different fucking, game provider thingies are the game provider things? I know what I'm saying. But in countries where PSN is not available, they made Helldivers unavailable to make the statistic better. What? Or single-player games that require an internet connection to play. Don't get me started. The fact that, if I... Hey, oh, what uwu ra? Oh, what uwu ewa? If you want to play this no multiplayer completed game with no future updates, you better sign up and stay online. God. Like, Pokemon Collector's Editions, which by the way suck these days. I miss the days of, when I... Do I still have it? I do. So, when I got the Zelda... Was it Majora's Mask? I'm sure it was. So I'm checking my shelves. So I got, way back in the day, I got, like, Zelda Majora's Mask, like, Collector's Edition, and it came with a bunch of cool stuff, right? Physical stuff. And nowadays, for Nintendo at least, as far as I'm aware, all of the Collector's Editions of games are like, oh, cool, buy the Collector's Editions for an additional £20, and you get 2 Pokeballs and a Premier Ball, like... and? What else? I'm paying an additional £20, there better be like, I don't know, you better give me a fucking foot massage alongside that, come on. It's so frustrating.